Greetings, our Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters. This is A.O.D. Smith, the watchman on the wall, your watchman.
And my name is V.C.E. Smith, and I am the rib of the watchman.
The sons and daughters of Zion, this is our midweek teaching. Grab that King James.
All right.
But first and foremost, we want to give a shout out to the whole family. How's everyone doing, Israel?
All right.
Now, that being said, let us move forward here.
All right, class. Tonight we're going to go back to that wonderful, exciting, wonderful world of Disney.
That's right. Oh, yeah.
Revelation.
That's right.
I swear, Walt Disney is an ancestor of the people who wrote
Has to be.
Revelations.
Has to be.
So we're going to look at chapter 12, and we're going to start at verse 1. Now, those of you that have been with Lot of Me No More for a while understand words. You know words and you know what they mean as we teach them. But for those that are newcomers and aren't sure about exactly what we're dealing with or how we're saying something, we deal in the past tense, the present, and the future. And so a lot of people have been taught that Revelations is a what? Future event. But we're going to read a lot of this in Revelations, and you're going to see where this clown catastrophe has already taken place pretty much. So we're going to start here at verse 1. Everybody got your King James Bible?
That's right.
That's right. Now, read along with us.
Okay.
And there appeared, past tense, a great wonder in heaven. Now, before we really go any further, we're going to explain to you. Wonders are done on earth and in the heavens, meaning the skies above us.
What we can see.
Because wonders are for you to see the magnificence of your God.
That's right.
There is no need or reason for a wonder to be performed in heaven.
Because everybody in heaven already know what day it is.
They already know. There's nobody up there they have to convince with a wonder.
When it comes to the Most High.
A wonder was what Moses did in Egypt when he was dealing with bringing the children out of Egypt. Okay, those are wonders for you to see.
All right.
The pillar from night fire and how
by day.
by day and then the water on. Those are wonders. Let's read this. A woman clothed with the sun.
That don't make no sense at all.
Makes no sense. It's already started out, y'all. But you got to understand how the writing is trying to grab you into the story. So it's going to say ridiculous things that make no sense that you're going to. Because when you were a Christian, you thought this shit was real. Let's read on. And the moon under her feet. What purpose?
How big would she have to be in order for the moon to be up under her feet?
What purpose would a woman need to be clothed in the sun with the moon under her feet and up on her head a crown of 12 stars need to stand in heaven for? Why wouldn't she be standing down here on the earth for all the people to see?
That's right.
God don't need to see it.
Nope.
God never made mention of it nor spoke of it from Genesis to Malachi.
Never spoke of it.
So we're wanting you to open your understanding and see how Walt Disney's ancestors wrote this book.
And think about it. I mean, honestly, think about the reading. Listen to yourself, and you'll see that this here is nothing but a crack of shit.
Bunch of bullshit. Let's go to verse 2. And she being with child cry in heaven. She's crying in heaven. Guess what? The Father promised Israel he would wipe away all their tears on the fucking earth.
That's right. Now, but not only that, why would anyone be crying in heaven?
Crying in heaven.
That makes no sense at all.
Because Lucifer is trying to give you the setting that heaven's not such a place. It ain't no different than earth. But this is God's home. If you know God, Israel, and you reverence him, when you read this bullshit, you'll see what he's trying to do. Let's keep on going. Travailing in birth and pained to be delivered, standing with the holiest of holies in heaven, and having pain. Does that make any damn sense?
No, it doesn't.
To you?
No, it doesn't. No sense at all.
But it's so theatrical. It just grabs your attention. It's so, ooh. Let's read verse 3. And there appeared, past tense, another wonder in heaven. They got to convince all these folks in heaven with God. You got to be convinced because you got to see wonders.
Got to convince everybody in heaven. I mean, I'm going to show you.
All this is going on in God's house. God, this is all this shit in God's house. And behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his head. They must have went to Crowns Are Us, or Stars Are Us.
Somewhere.
They had a whole bunch of crowns, because they're going to read where's more crowns. He got all this shit in heaven. All right, verse 4. And his tail drew a third part of the stars of heaven. For what purpose?
I mean, I tell you, once you think about this.
Why would you say that the dragon's tail drew a third part of the star? For what purpose?
Maybe the dragon tail had a tractor beam on it like Star Trek. I'm serious, you know what I mean? I mean, it may seem funny, but I mean, for anybody to believe this bullshit here, what need would his tail need to drag half of the stars?
And then another thing, they don't even tell you what's happening on the earth, because the earth has no sun, the earth has no moon, because this heifer is wrapped in it and standing on it, and then the dragon done took all the stars. So somebody needs to tell me what's going on the earth. Now, you got a third part of the stars drew back with this fool's tail. But listen to this. Now, you got to use your brain when you hear this stuff.
Right.
Now, and did cast them to the earth. Listen, y'all, let me tell y'all something. Let me just look. One star could literally destroy half the earth.
I mean,
a star.
No, honey. Even a comet. If you get a comet, but the size of maybe a nice sized house that would hit this planet, it would do tremendous damage.
Now he gonna take a third part of the stars. But check this out. Can you imagine how many that is? Because Abraham was told that he would have more people than what? The stars. That's a whole hell of a damn lot of stars, I mean, falling to the earth.
This little planet will be gone. I mean, if y'all think about it.
You gotta think about it, see?
It doesn't make any sense at all.
You gotta think. All right. Now that was cast to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman which was ready to be delivered, because you know what? God ain't doing nothing. All this shit's in God's house, and you don't hear what God's just. I'll just sit here because I ain't got no power, because all that went to Jesus, so they can come in my house and do whatever they want to do.
Free reign.
They just do anything.
Free reign. Yeah.
Got a dragon now standing up in glory.
Yeah, doing whatever he want to do.
Woo! All right. Now, for to devour her child as soon as it was born. Right there on God's holy floor, a dragon is standing there with some cunt with a knocked up belly, with the sun wrapped around her, standing on the moon, about to give birth, for a dragon to put all this blood all over God's floor. Do you see what is taking place in this bullshit?
How stupid it is. I mean, it is stupid.
Let's go to 5. And she brought forth a man-child, who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron. How? It was a dragon standing right there as soon as it spit it out.
Yeah.
Maybe the sun was so bright the dragon blinded the dragon. So you gotta get creative now. You gotta get creative.
Gotta be creative.
And her child was caught up unto God.
You mean tell me all this happening?
All this, and then God got to catch the damn nasty ass baby.
All of a sudden, God shows up.
Now God can do something. He can catch the nasty ass placenta-filled baby. And to his throne. He doesn't carry the drip in there.
That they should feed her there.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Wait a minute. I want to make sure I'm right now.
Oh, you get 5, right?
I want to make sure I'm right. And her child was caught up unto God and to his throne.
Yeah, that's verse 5.
Now 6. And the woman fled. How? She started running. Wait.
You been telling me you got a wilderness in heaven?
Right now, the woman is in the holy throne room.
Yes.
There's a dragon there. The moon's up under her feet.
Yep.
She jumps off the moon and starts running through a wilderness.
Jump out of the sun now.
Yeah, that's because she was wrapped in the sun.
Yeah, she's clothed with the sun.
She jumped out and started running. Huh? All right now, come on. Let me get back on this thing.
6.
Where she hath a place prepared of God. God ain't got no place right there in heaven where she's at, where he is. So he got to hide her, and she got to run. God couldn't just send her there. Right. She had to take off running.
She had to flee. Okay.
And they should feed her there 1,260 days.
Man, this is crazy.
Verse 7.
This is crazy.
Verse 7, y'all.
This is crazy.
Come on now, we're going to have some fun tonight too. And there was war in heaven.
Oh boy, I tell you.
It was war because y'all know from Genesis to Malachi, all them wars that took place in heaven. You are in God's house.
That's right.
Where he rules and super rules the world.
That's right.
And the heavens above us. But in his house, there's some folks having a fight.
Ain't gonna happen.
Was Jerry Springer there by any chance? All right now. Okay, they having this fight. Okay. Then it says Michael and his angels fought against the dragon.
Oh man.
And the dragon fought and his angels.
Look at that.
And where was God?
Man.
God was in the middle, and every time they throw a punch, he ducked. And then somebody else throw something, and he gotta get out the way.
Let me interject here just for a minute. Let's go to Isaiah 45, my brothers and sisters. Let's go to Isaiah 45 real quick, because see, like, can't nobody come in the Most High's.
They in God's house having a fight.
Place in having no fight now.
This man has no respect for God whatsoever. Y'all should know. Well, I know Israel knows by now, but then other folks come here.
Let's look at
they have no clue.
Let's look at Isaiah 45. Let's read verses 5 and 6. It says, "I am the Lord, and there is none else. There is no God besides me. I gird thee, though thou hast not known me, is that they may know from the rising of the sun and from the west, that there is none besides me. I am the Lord, and there is none else. I form light. I create darkness. I make peace." See that?
No, wait, we're going to get to the good part now. We get hold that there, Watchman. Hold that. Causing the dragon and his angel and Michael just done forgot God's there. He just gonna just go all hog wild with some angels. Check this out. It says, "And prevailed not." So the fight is going on for eternity.
Yeah.
And nobody was winning. Nobody. Listen to this. Listen, Yaakov. Neither was there peace found anymore.
Okay, all right. Well,
anymore in heaven.
Now let me say something right here. Now, for one to make that statement, God has to be dead.
Yeah.
God has to be dead. I mean, like we always say in our teachings, listen to the Most High. Whatever the Most High says, that's what you believe.
And this is past tense, people. He said no more was there heaven found.
No more.
You already know we started in the past tense with the first statement.
No more. Now, these entities that they're talking about, the dragon and whatnot, they have made war in heaven, and there isn't any more peace. But let me finish reading over here in Isaiah 45. We're going to read verse 6. It says, that they may know from the rising of the sun and from the west, that there is none besides me. I am the Lord, and there is none else. I form the light, I create darkness, I make peace. See that?
But not when they're in heaven.
That's why I tell you guys, I mean, if one has a problem with us, that's fine. But listen to what the Most High says. I mean, his word is final. He says, I make peace. But now, we just read to you that this asshole over here said that wasn't peace found no more in heaven.
No more in heaven.
No more.
Didn't say God stopped peace in heaven. It just said peace was no more found in heaven.
But let me finish reading this right here. He says, and I create evil, I the Lord do all these things. So how can the dragon do anything? This so-called entity that he's talking about, that is in God's throne room, in God's dwelling place. How can this? Well, let's look at another one here. Hold your peace right there for a minute.
Because I got to get back up here. I want to make sure they get this understanding.
Let's look at Deuteronomy real quick here. I'm gonna run over into Deuteronomy chapter 30. Real quick. Let's look at this right here real quick. Chapter 32. Now watch it right here. Chapter 32. Let's read verses. No, I don't want that one. Let's go to Daniel. I want Daniel. Yeah, let's go to Daniel real quick. Now watch it. Now. This is about Nebuchadnezzar. This is one of our favorites. Daniel chapter 4. Let's read verses 34 and 35. It says, and at the end of the days, I Nebuchadnezzar lift up mine eyes unto heaven, and my understanding returned unto me, and I blessed the Most High, and praised and honored him that liveth forever, whose dominion is everlasting, dominion. See that? Nobody rules but the Most High, and his kingdom is from generation to generation, and all the inhabitants of the earth is reputed as nothing to him. Okay, now check this out here. Check this out. And doeth according to his will in the armies of heaven. Now, how in the hell can anybody come in heaven and make war? The Most High says, I do whatever I want to do. Not only do I do whatever I want to do on earth and in heaven, but look let's finish reading it. He says, and none can stay his hand or say unto him, but doest thou.
That's right.
In other words, what are you doing? Can't nobody tell him that. So, my brothers and sisters, you guys can clearly see this bullshit here never transpired.
And when it says the armies of heaven, that's up there.
That's up there. I mean, the Most High is running everything. This never took place. That's why I tell you guys, don't fall for the okadoke. Don't just listen. Read for yourself. I want you to read and think for yourself. Right now, it's self-explanatory. The Most High says, and none can stay his hand or say to him, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna grab the sun and wrap it all over my body and take the moon and stand on it, and I'm coming in your house.
It doesn't make sense at all. But anyway,
we're gonna go back to verse 8. Because I'm gonna highlight. I want y'all to highlight verse 8, and then we're gonna come down to verse 9.
Let me get back over here. With Revelation 12. 12. Okay.
All right. It says, and prevailed not.
Do you understand that?
Y'all understand? All right. So, if the fight was going on, it doesn't say that the dragon didn't prevail. It doesn't say that Michael didn't prevail. It says prevailed not.
Prevailed not.
But when you get down here to verse 9, somebody must be prevailing.
Somebody.
There got to be some prevailing going on. Because verse 9 says, and the great dragon was cast out. Well, who cast him out? The great dragon was cast out. Now check this out. Here we go with the familiarity and all the combinational things to make this story dramatic and to make this story you can familiarize yourself because you know all these things. That old serpent called the devil. Now you can read from Genesis to Malachi, and not one serpent was ever called Satan nor the devil.
Not at any
Never
time.
at any time.
No.
All right. Which deceived the whole world. Past tense, y'all. He deceived everybody. So all them Christians that kept because I see them all the time posting, girl, I'm keeping my faith. I ain't letting nothing shake my faith. Well, motherfucker, let me tell you something. It's a dragon that did.
Yep.
If the dragon ain't already come, it's a coming. Huh?
Yeah.
All right, because this is what it says now. The whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him.
Ain't that something?
And nobody prevailed in the fight.
Nobody.
Verse 10. And I heard, past tense, a loud voice saying in heaven. Oh, now somebody can say something in heaven. Now is come salvation. To who? The deceived people? And strength. And the kingdom of our God, and the power of his Christ. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night. God never got not a goddamn minute of sleep, because somebody was standing at his bedpost yelling, accuse them, I accuse them, they're accused, I accuse them, day and night.
There is no way your enemy gonna be in your bedroom chamber.
In God's now, not just yours.
Or wherever the Most High is in his throne room, telling him nothing about his children. That doesn't make any sense at all. I mean, if you guys
day and night, God didn't get no rest. God was sitting there like, oh my God.
You wouldn't allow
shut up.
no one to come into your house and then always talking about your child to you.
Constantly.
Always.
Day and night now.
Does that make any sense at all? You would tell him, get the hell out of my house.
Matter of fact, how you get in your house?
I mean,
we even have locks on our doors. But God, he ain't got nothing. Peter let him in, honey.
I forgot. Yeah, Peter got
the damn keys. Look at that. Verse 11.
All right.
And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb. Now, I ain't going back to it. I'm not.
I'm gonna look at something here. See, because if you guys go back to the Old Testament, you will see that when they had a lamb, the priests had to deal with it. Let's go to Leviticus chapter 4. Let's go to the book of Leviticus chapter 4. Now watch it, my brothers and sisters. See, because one needs to know that when the lamb was slain, they had to eat the lamb. Oh yeah. It was for the priest and his family.
The people that brought the lamb had to bring enough for them to eat, and the priest and his family.
Exactly. Now let's look at Leviticus chapter 4. Let's look at verses 32 down to 35. And look what it says. And if he bring a lamb for a sin offering. Now listen. He shall bring it a female. Without a blemish. So
we did call Jesus a bitch.
Well, Jesus must have had a little coochie up under that skirt he had on.
Sure enough.
But anyway, we're going a little further. And he shall lay his hand upon the head of the sin offering, and slay it for a sin offering in the place where they kill the burnt offering.
The burnt offering.
Now my question to this right here, if they had done it according to the Old Testament, they should have set a blaze up under Jesus' ass while he was stretched out.
Yep, and had some knives and forks ready.
They should have set a blaze up under his ass. But anyway, let's keep on going here. It says here, and the priest. See, it wasn't any priest, nowhere there when Jesus was killed.
And if they did, they walked past and went like, good enough for his
and
ass.
the priest shall take of the blood of the sin offering, with his finger and put it up on the horn of the altar. It wasn't the altar out there where Jesus was.
But he put it on the altar. I thought the Christians was covered in blood.
Supposed to be.
They're covered in blood.
Yeah. Of the burnt offering, and shall pour out all the blood thereof at the bottom of the altar. Well, from what we have been taught in Christianity, just a little bit of blood came out and some water when the soldiers supposedly
everybody got a part of that little drop of blood.
Stuck him in his side. And then he went on and died supposedly because they were supposed to break his legs, I guess. But anyway, let's keep on going. 35 said, and he shall take away all the fat thereof. Jesus was a little thin little fellow.
Little scrawny,
but anyway,
bitch.
As the fat of the lamb is taken away from the sacrifice of the peace offering, and the priest shall burn them upon the altar. See, first of all, we never seen a priest there. Nobody never talks about a priest being there. I mean, his ass should have been set ablaze. I keep on telling y'all over and over.
The priest had the motherfucker hung up.
He should have been set ablaze, like they did our ancestors. Put our ancestors on the spit, alive, and burn them alive. That's the way Jesus should have been burned.
That's right. Alive. Just
like that. But let's keep on going here. It says here, and the priest shall burn them upon the altar according to the offering made by fire unto the Lord.
That's right.
He said, and the priest.
That's the only way God will accept a sacrifice.
The priest. Jesus cannot as they say, be a priest and then do the offering and everything. No,
he was king too.
No, he was a king and
a priest of Judah.
But look what it says here: shall make an atonement for his sins. See, the priest has to make an atonement for his sins that he has committed, and it shall be forgiven him. Right in the pages, my brothers and sisters. Right in the pages. I mean, can't you guys see that this is nothing more than a bunch of bullshit? I mean, this here, like the Rev said, this cat had to be kin to Walt Disney.
Or Cecil B. DeMille, either one of them white dudes, it don't matter. But this is what we're telling y'all. Y'all got to know what God said versus the Watchman taught a class on what God says versus what Jesus said. They don't say the same thing.
They don't say the same thing at all.
Anything alike. He's talking about a whole nother world from God's world. All right?
That's right.
So did you have any more on that? Because I'm going to go back to 11.
Go back to 11 then.
Okay, we're back to 11, y'all. Verse 11. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. Check this out. Y'all who been with LiveMeNoMore.org know you don't have a testimony. You don't have a testimony. Only God has a testimony. That's right. So now, Christian, what you gonna do? And they love not their lives unto the death. Okay, going to verse 12.
That's 11, okay.
Therefore rejoice, you deceived people, because the dragon deceived you.
Yep.
Ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. What about people on earth? Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you. Wait. Did not he say the dragon, which is called Satan, and the serpent, the devil came down and deceived y'all stupid asses. Now here we got who's coming down?
The devil.
The devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Now wait, because I'm really, listen, y'all got to help us. Y'all got to help us.
I'm mixed up on every day.
All y'all hear the Christians say is the devil, the devil, the devil, the devil, the devil. But this said the devil had a short time. Back here. He had a short time. In the past tense. All right, let's keep on going with 13. And when the dragon saw, past tense, that he was cast into the earth.
Was past tense.
Wait, y'all. wait.
Past tense.
The dragon was in heaven fighting with Michael and the angels, and when they cast him out, he had no clue until he got to the earth.
Where he was going.
When he got to the earth, here I am. Whoa, I'm up there fighting in heaven and nobody was winning. I'm done.
What the F?
He was cast unto the earth. He persecuted
the woman,
which brought forth the man child. How the hell? Wait a minute, y'all know how big the earth is. Now, where the dragon fell, why did he fall right? But the woman was in the wilderness in heaven.
Yeah. It never said
wasn't she in the wilderness in heaven?
That's where it all started.
She stepped off the moon and walked into the wilderness. In heaven.
Yeah.
She didn't say she came back
and
to
they fed her for
they was feeding
1,000 days and some change.
But they was fighting while the woman was gone. So when he fell to earth, how many days had passed?
Man, this is crazy.
14. And to the woman were given 2 wings.
Now she could fly.
Of a great eagle. Why would she have to fly? He's down here on earth. That she might fly into the wilderness. I'm through.
I thought she was
I'm through.
I thought she was already there.
Y'all know it said the woman walked off into the wilderness.
She fled. She fled.
Now down here they gave her some wings so she could get to the wilderness.
Into her place.
Oh
man, I tell you.
Into her place where she is nourished for a time and times and half a time from the face of the serpent. But it wasn't the serpent, it was the devil, god dog it.
Man. Then it was the devil.
Okay.
But anyway.
Let's look at verse 15. Let's look at verse 15. See, that's why Lucifer said it was gonna come mockers.
Yep.
Cause I'm gonna mock the shit out of this shit.
We gonna mark his ass, boy, until Elijah shows up.
15. And now we back to the serpent. And the serpent cast out his mouth water as a flood after this woman.
Man, I tell you.
Okay.
This is like the cartoon was on Saturday morning.
But why?
I'm serious.
She was up in the air flying. What was the This woman had wings like an eagle.
A great eagle.
Do y'all know
a great eagle?
How high an eagle can soar?
But not a regular eagle. A great eagle.
But he cast waters out in the wilderness to catch the flying woman up in the air.
I seen better stuff on Saturday mornings on cartoons.
Come on, y'all. Come on now. That he might cause her to be carried away of the flood.
Oh man. Now she's flying.
She's got great wings of an eagle. She should have been up in the mountains by that time.
I'm telling you.
Okay. And the earth helped the woman.
This is
okay. How did that happen? What did the earth do? But the earth helped her after it got the fuck beat out of it with all third part of the stars.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. And the earth opened her mouth to a flying woman that's up in the air and swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out his mouth. For what?
Man.
She wasn't down there. She was up in the air with her great wings.
Y'all see how stupid this is? I mean, we're having fun, but honestly,
it's serious. Cause
do you guys see how stupid this is?
We read this when we were in Christianity, and boy, it seemed so mighty and powerful and scary.
This is nothing
when your eyes are open,
but bullshit. That's all it is. I mean,
jargon.
How did we believe this bullshit when we was in Christianity? How in the world?
Because we were blind. God had put. God gave us the knockout pill.
I mean, we had to be real sleep. I ain't talking about sleep. I'm talking about really, really, really in a deep, deep sleep.
We were in a coma.
Because this bullshit here, I mean, like I said, I seen better shit on Saturday mornings on cartoons than this bullshit here. I'm serious.
Yeah,
man,
that's true. And I don't even like it. And he watched cartoons, and I watch them, and they better than this. But look at 17. This is where it really gets good. And the dragon was wroth with the woman after all he did with all that water, and she was up in the air, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed. When they dead, a third part of the stars had already hit.
Should have been.
There wasn't nobody alive.
Should have been. As a matter of fact, the woman should have been dead too.
I mean, I'm confused because where did the people hide when all the stars was destroyed? A third part of the stars, y'all,
fell to the earth. Can y'all believe that? I know y'all don't believe that.
And the people survived. All her children's.
I mean, here a couple of years ago, there was a comet or a meteor that came through the atmosphere over in Russia. You guys saw it on television. And it wasn't that
little thing.
It wasn't that big.
It was a little thing.
And it gave off a sonic boom and bust windows and turned over cars and did everything.
And that was one tiny
it was a lot of people that got injured.
But y'all see them stars up there shining bright. Y'all know how big those stars are for you to be able to see them from Earth?
But he says a third of the stars fell to the earth. Nah, my brothers and sisters, I know y'all don't believe that bullshit. Y'all, I mean, but the Christians do.
Yeah, they do.
They read this bullshit and, ooh, I'm so scared. Scared of what?
Cecil B. DeMille. Well, all right now, and now check this out. The 1, 2, 3, or 4 people that was alive, kept the commandments of God, and have the testimony of, just left God out of the thing. God's the only one that's got a testimony. Lucifer and gave the people a testimony. They got their own testimony. Now you get down here and Jesus has a testimony. Not God. They kept God's commandments. They could do that, but Jesus
has a testimony.
Kept his testimony.
Man.
How stupid can we have been? Extremely.
Yes.
Extremely stupid. So let's go turn the page. Let's do 13.
All right. We got time to do 13?
We may not have time, but let's look at 13 right here because y'all got to understand the past tense of this book.
You want to let's go down to 7, okay?
You want to do 7? You don't want to do 1?
No, we're gonna
read down to 7.
Down to 7, yeah.
All right, listen to this, y'all. And I stood. So y'all know he ain't gonna stand. That's present time. A future time will be he's gonna stand. He stood.
Yeah.
And I stood upon the sand of the sea. Where was this sand at after all them stars had busted earth up into hell, into oblivion? Anyway, and saw, past tense, a beast rise up out of the sea.
Man, all that stuff didn't hit the planet. Ain't no water.
That beast in the sea lived.
Ain't no water nowhere.
Having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon the horns was, I told y'all they went to crowns or us. They had a lot of crowns up in there back in that day. He got 10 crowns.
But think about this, he got 7 horns up on his head, 7 horns, and then he got
10 crowns.
That don't add up, does it?
Yeah, it does, because this is a Disney production.
Right.
And upon his heads the name of blasphemy. Who in the hell ever read that blasphemy has a name?
That doesn't make sense at all.
Oh
man, I tell you, we were some stupid people.
We were stupid, y'all.
We were
stupid. I'm done.
Well, we got to read it.
We got to read it.
We got to teach it.
Let's go to 2.
We got to teach it.
And the beast which I saw was like unto. Now this is where it really gets you. This is
yeah.
Who wrote Star Wars? I don't know his name.
I don't know.
But the man that wrote Star Wars invented this creature because God don't do no mixed nothing.
He doesn't.
You ain't gonna combination a damn thing of God.
He even told him when y'all planting our farm right there, don't gender my seed.
Check this out.
Don't gender it.
Let's listen to this. Listen to this awesome, scary, dangerous beast. Because I got to scare these Christians so they can keep Jesus' testimony.
Yeah.
And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. What the fuck did that look like?
I have no idea.
And the dragon, back to the dragon now. The dragon ain't dead yet. And the dragon gave him all his power.
Gave him his power.
But wait, I gotta say something. If he gave him all his power, what does Matthew 28 and 18 say? And verse 18, and Jesus came and spake unto them, saying,
that is Matthew 28:18,
saying, all power is given unto me in heaven and in earth, but not in the land of dragons.
Oh boy!
He got all the power, except he forgot about the land of dragons. So now the dragon, with all his power, gave the cockamamie looking crazy as shit his power. And his seat. He got a seat.
Yep.
And great authority.
Whoa.
God's not anywhere. This the land of the dragon.
Keep on reading, cause
verse 3.
I'm gonna have to revisit that one.
And I saw.
You know I am.
One of his heads. Good grief! The dragon had one goddamn head when he was in heaven. What didn't he? Did he have one head? No, he had several heads.
Yeah.
But one of these heads is gonna do something. So he had.
Yeah, he had.
I saw one of his heads
as
it were wounded to death.
One of his heads.
Because he had to have spare heads.
Yep.
In the land of dragons, you have several heads because you never know when one might be wounded.
Well, he had 7 horns.
He had crowns on him.
And then he had 10 crowns on 7 horns.
Or 10. He had 10 horns, didn't he?
He's not 7.
Yeah, you got to give him 10 because he had to have all his crowns.
But what happened to the rest of his heads then?
But this one was wounded. No, we got this one head, just one of the heads, was wounded to death. And his deadly wound was healed. And all the world wondered after the beasts. Oh my goodness.
Now my question.
But the devil, how did this gonna say? Devil, I ain't gonna follow you no more. You deceived us, but now we gonna wander after this beast. Because the beast had a wound, and we follow people with wounds.
But now my question to this right here. Now we know that that the Most High says. I read it earlier. He says, "I wound, and I kill, I heal, and I make alive." That's the Most High. Now, who healed this beast?
Yeah.
That's a Bible question.
Can't be God, because God ain't never mentioned.
God not mentioned him.
It ain't God.
Somebody, see, because he's supposed to be fighting against God.
Right. Well, he's still fighting in the unending battle that nobody was winning.
Right.
And he's cast down and cast out and hit the earth. And then, where the hell am I? I'm on earth.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He didn't realize where he was.
Didn't even know. Let's go to verse 4, y'all.
Okay.
Now listen to this. Listen to this. And they worshipped the dragon, which gave gave power unto the beast. Now the most powerful thing on planet is the beast, but they're gonna worship the dragon.
That makes sense.
The beast got all the power.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, and they worship so they can dual worship.
Yeah,
that's how it's done. See, in Christianity, you dual worship because you go in your churches and you praise Jesus, and then Jesus takes it and gives it to God, and you say as a Christian, well, I'm worshiping God because I worshiped Jesus. So that's dual worship.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. How stupid.
Who is like unto the beast?
Now, y'all, wait a minute. Now, I know for certain that the Most High made a statement, who is like unto me, or who can you make or either think that is equal?
Yeah, the beast got all the power because God got no power. Jesus has no power. Only dragons.
Now this dragon is supposed to have all this power, and he's doing all of it. Let's look at what the Most High says. Let's look at Psalm 62. We read this here on last week before last. But let's look at verse 11. It says, God has spoken once.
But let me finish. Because when you read that, then it'll make more sense to him.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? Sure ain't God, because God ain't got nail power.
No.
God's still mopping up the floor from all the damn blood from the baby he's sitting there holding. And in all the war, it tore up all the stuff in there because they was fighting a battle that never ended. So, of course, God can't do anything with him.
All right. Let's read verse 11. It says, God has spoken once, twice. Have I heard this? Huh? Have I heard this? That power belongeth unto God.
No, it's a dragon. You got it. Do you have your King James?
Yeah.
It should say dragon.
Yeah.
It should say it all belongs to the dragon.
It belongs to the dragon. The dragon, the devil.
If you're going to believe this, it's got to say it back here.
Yeah. So we know that all power belongs to Jesus.
The serpent.
The
devil.
And the dragon. And the beast.
But the dragon got the most because his was great.
Right.
He was given great power.
And the beast. So here we see that everybody got more power than the Most High.
But God didn't have any power. You said it belonged to... He never ever said God had power through this whole thing.
Nothing.
God never had no power.
But like I say, when you go back in the Old Testament, you will see. That's why I always tell you guys, go back. And you'll see that this is nothing but a crock of shit.
It's all stupidity.
Nothing but a bunch of bullshit. Now we read here in Psalms 62 and 11, it says that power belongeth unto God.
But this is
alone.
There's lots of powers. There has to be.
So we know that this is nothing. It's nothing but bullshit. That's all it is. Now let's keep on going.
Verse 5. And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies. And power was given unto him to continue 42 months.
Man.
Just 42. Now he got all this power. Who could take it from him?
That's what I want to know.
So why couldn't he go 2,070 something months? Right. Or 20,000 months? He got all the power.
Or just go
Who gonna take it?
Throughout eternity.
From why would he even give the power back?
Not only that, but you see Jesus here. I mean, the Lamb ain't doing nothing.
No, the Lamb, because he's bloodless. He's drained. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God. Well, he could, because he's so powerful, and God ain't got no power.
Yep.
To blaspheme his name and his tabernacle and them that dwell in heaven.
Now y'all know that couldn't be further from the truth. Now y'all know what our king did, don't you, to the Philistine when he cursed the armies of the Most High, huh? Y'all know what our King David did with one stone, even though he had 7. He only used one.
Well, dragon he had 7 heads and only one got wounded. So
he only used one. So
they take little excerpts from there.
So we can see here that this is nothing more than a crock of shit.
Stupidity.
I mean, honestly, once your eyes be open and your understanding is open, you'll see
look at this stuff and laugh.
And just laugh and say, man, how stupid we were. But the Most High had us asleep.
That's right.
Now let's keep on going.
Hey, get ready to get some good stuff. Verse 7. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints.
Now y'all listen close.
But first, what saints?
Listen close.
The stars killed everybody.
That's right.
Except for them few children of the women. So this must be the saints. And to overcome them. Do y'all hear what we just said? It was given unto him to make war with the saints. What is war? War is when you go in with the sword back then in that day and you kill up folks, right? And to overcome them. So you got all this faith, saved, sanctified, baptized, filled with the precious gift of the Holy Ghost, drinking blood and eating crackers and all this. This is what it says. And power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations.
I mean, how does he keep on getting all this power? I thought he had great power. Now he's saying that he had power. Every time you
get more
look
power.
around,
if you have all the power and then you go somewhere, there's power that they didn't know was there.
Oh, okay.
See, they didn't know this power was there. Just like he didn't know he was even on the earth. So now he found this power.
Yeah.
He's been given this power too.
But who is giving him all this power though? I mean, if the beast gave it to the
beast, don't have no power. He gave it all to him.
To the dragon. Then the dragon
took all the other power because it said he had all power, the greatest all power, right?
Man,
he got all the power.
They got me confused now.
I am too.
With all this damn power, I'm confused.
It's a lot of power.
Let's keep on going.
All right, now
let's try to hold it together.
We're on verse 8, y'all. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him. They do the worshiping as motherfuckers. Every time you turn around, whoever got the power, they worshiping. Whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world.
Whoa, it's so much in there. How was he slave before the foundation? I mean, I'll talk about that later on, though, but what good is the saints being saints if
they can't be his saints? They worshiping this.
If he gonna overcome them,
he overcame them.
He overcame them, and then he overcame those that didn't believe in Jesus. So what good?
Everybody.
What good was it for you Christians to believe in Jesus? It doesn't make sense to me at all. But here's another kicker here. How was he slain from the foundation of the world? Before the world was even made, he was already killed. But then, how many times does he have to be killed?
Who killed him though?
I have no idea.
This is before the foundation of the world.
Yeah. But now, my question is, how many times does he have to be killed before he died?
But he ain't dead, though, because they said, I will save your live.
Yeah.
He done been killed I don't know how many times.
How many times does he have to die before he's dead?
He lives. And you ask some of my family members, they tell you they say you live.
My Savior lives.
My Savior live. We know, we got our faith that our Savior liveth. All right, verse 9. If any man have an ear, because the stars have hit some of them ears, might have been knocked off. Yeah. Let him hear.
I'm closing my ears up. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it. I'm closing my ears. Now, we done went through the woman in the heaven and all the elements of the earth was wrapped all over her and she was standing on them, to the stars hitting the earth and destroying it, and then this big old giant dragon was knocked all the way out of heaven and hit the earth, and we still got people alive. Yep.
And then we're going to go into, now we get ready to deal with captivity.
Well, you want to deal with that next week?
We're going to deal with captivity next week, y'all, because that's going to be good.
This right here.
Because all this done took place, and now we getting ready to deal with captivity.
Man.
Who's in captivity?
My brothers and sisters. We here at loudmeetnemo.org. We wish this had been a very informative lesson. Funny.
Y'all go back and read this.
Funny we know.
It's really not worth it, but do it, because now that your eyes are open, you can see things you couldn't see at first.
But we want you guys to go back and look at it, and then we know you guys can glean some more out of it. Mm-hmm. But I tell you, this here is just like a cartoon. It's
fun. It's fun reading. It's not anything else. It is fun reading because when you have an understanding and you read it, it's like a comic book.
Yep.
You're reading a comic book.
Yep. That's what it is. It's nothing but a joke.
It's a joke.
Well, anyway, my brothers and sisters, until our Sabbath, we thank you guys for allowing us to come into your home, and until our Sabbath, shalom.
Shalom, Israel.